We should try. Never mind. We'll do that another time. I was thinking about opening these blinds, but remember when we fucked up the blinds and now they won't open? Because that would give us a lot more. Yeah, because that would be actually the better thing to do, but it's broke. I tried to fix it a while back and it just.
Do you want that line that you using for video just to put it there?
Nah, it's too much work. It'd be fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it. Oh, we got 3 people in there right now. 9 people. It's going up then.
Engine.
How's it going, guys? I don't know, because I'm still kind of new on this new laptop, and sometimes I don't know. It's a new situation. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it a while because somebody wrote me a question earlier today, and I wanted to address it because I've been doing a horrible job at contacting anybody with these last 4 months. I was just so fucked up. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, so this stream, we're gonna go back through questions because I just took about fucking a few months off, and what the fuck? Oh, I can't see the chat. Okay, I see you guys are writing messages, but I can't see it. Did YouTube fuck this shit up? Because for some reason, your chats weren't showing up on the side, so I didn't think anybody was in this motherfucker. All right. Hey, pimped out platypus Hector, Billy. I don't know how to pronounce that. My bad. Yeah, for some reason, like there was no messages coming on the right side, but I had to go to a whole nother window, and now it's open. So I don't know what that's about. Homeboy, I wanted to ask if women were hypergamous, shouldn't that mean high value men should be immune to rejection? No, because a woman will reject a man for anything. It doesn't matter because he's high value. A woman will reject a man because something her aunt told her earlier that day, and now she's just in a bad mood and she wants to lash out at somebody else, or it could just put her in a shitty mood where she just doesn't want to, have a chance at possibly feeling good the rest of the day. I mean, and that's just not really like a woman thing. It's just like a people thing. Like people do that shit. Nobody's immune to being turned down because the reality is this, man. Usually the only reason why people reject anybody, it has nothing to do with the person on a personal level. It's usually something within them, for real. Now, I mean, Grant, if you get like the real dating scene, yeah, and you pull up a dude who is clearly beneath the woman, unless he has some type of swagger or some shit like that. She feels like she has to either she feels like he's going to be a nuisance in her life. All right. Now, when you get like that deep into it, I got to click back into the dating because I haven't been dating, for a while now. But yeah, in the dating world, if that woman feels like that man is beneath her on average, not every case, but on average, financial or just like on a social culture level, swagger based type shit. If she feels like he's beneath her, then he might as well be a child to her. The NBA player, that Brittany Renner girl, she found a man. She found a chump. I remember doing a video, a live stream. Somebody asked me about her, and I had to look her up. Man, let me tell you. Girls like that, you can smell that from a mile away. Don't touch that. Don't go. Girls like that. Okay, girls like Brittany Renner are like when people get to the NBA and they grew up with no money. The first thing they're gonna do, they're gonna go out and get all the junk that they always thought they wanted because of what it looked like on TV, and then they're gonna sit with it and realize this is a piece of fucking shit. I don't want this. But with that American family law system and shit, whoever that player, he is gonna get fucked. All right, that is a scientific fact from Anchorman. That is a scientific fact. He is gonna get fucked. You can smell that from 15 miles away. Hey, JD, how's it going? Hey, Dark Rebel. Wop. Yono, do not take the mRNA. One more rejected man for not having the right haircut. Well, yeah, depend on what her mood's in. Especially, like, man, like, the rejection thing, like I say, man, that rejection shit, girls will reject you for any reason. Like, and most of the time, I say it's about 50-50. A lot of times, I say half the time it has nothing to do with you on a personal level. It's some shit that they got fucked up in their head. And the other part is, well, you know, what are my friends going to think when they see me with him? Because you know how many women out there are dating the fucking guy who is like the winner, right? The fucking like the NBA player. Okay, perfect example. That Charlemagne video. Y'all remember that Charlemagne video I did where Charlemagne was talking about he was fucking this hoe, and the hoe pretty much said, I do shit with you that I would never do with that, you know, professional sports player. She flat out told him, like, look, like, Charlemagne, like, I could fuck you because you've done something with your life, but that next higher tier man, I'm making myself pristine for him. I'm gonna go to him with complete respect. Let me look that shit up, man. Who the fuck? Brittany Renner. Oh shit, I downloaded that shit. PJ Washington. I'm thinking about PJ Brown. That's how old I am. When I seen PJ, first thought I had was PJ Brown. How do I super chat? I don't have it enabled, man. I don't have super chat because I feel like they're gonna fucking take my shit down if I monetize it. So I never enabled super chat because if I had to choose, I'd rather be here for y'all than do the whole money thing. If I had to choose one, I'd rather be here, you know, to help than to take money. Which that's just me. That might sound shitty. I don't know, man, but that's just me. How you been holding up? I've been hobbling with this hypochondria shit. I've gotten much better. I must say that. I'm in the bed now, but I've gotten, because my girl, she's in the kitchen cooking, and I just didn't feel like. Oh, I meant to tell you, I got Google Stadia, so I was in the bed playing that shit. But the fucking, like, your internet has to be like spotless, and my internet is not. Is my internet? I can watch YouTube videos at 1440p, 60 frames a second, but like, I'm still on the fence about Google Stadia because I have it, but I'm too scared to pay full price for a game on there, because the second that shit starts to lag or starts to blur out, I'm just like it just kills my immersion. So I don't want to pay anything extra for it. That's because I really want to play Cyberpunk, but I don't know. I'm still on. Yeah, I'm in Europe now. I'm just in my bedroom now. Here, I'll show you, because I show you. Hang on. I'm just in my bedroom. That's my Switch and my Wii U and my books, and yeah. And that's all. That's Prague all down there. I'm just in my bedroom. That's all. Yeah. So it's good to see everybody, man. But yeah, I've been hobbling. I want to super chat. Thanks, Karen. I appreciate it. Nobody breaks it down like you. Thanks. Don't do Stadia. Yeah, man. I was like, I like, because I want to play Nier Replicant, that game, because I got real into Nier Automata, or Automata, however you say it. I got really into that. So anything Nier, I want to play that shit. And Nier Replicant came out, but here in Prague, you still can't. I mean, you can't go to the store and buy shit. You got to order it online, and that's just a pain in the fucking ass. So I'm just gonna wait. Hopefully, stores open next week. Hey, how you been, man? Nuclear, bro, I'm good. Hey, Be Smooth, how's it going, man? Nier Automata, I got so deep into that game. I was like, I would wake up playing that shit and go to sleep playing it. I was into Nier Automata that shit had me hooked. So Nier Replicant, I'm definitely playing that. Because I played that demo of Nier Automata and I fell in love with that shit. Oh, Nuclear by y'all was stumbling. Nier's a good one. Yeah. I feel you. As big as Kevin Samuels because your insight is very unique. If you get your ads popping, you'll be bigger, be as big, if not bigger. Word. Thanks a lot, man. Shout out from the UK, East London. Word, damn, UK. You know, I was just talking with a friend of mine from the UK, man. I love any fucking UK accent. You guys sound man, you guys sound like fucking, every one of you sound like doctors and shit. Like, sound like super, it's just the accent to me, man. That shit, I love that shit. I make fun of them all the time for it, but I love it secretly. I love that. That shit sounds gangster as fuck, and I can't even mimic it. Like I can't do it, fam. I can't do it. I can't do it. But it sounds gangster as fuck to me. Hi from Prague, Czech Republic. Are you in Prague, Rajan? Yeah, I'm in Prague. I'm in Prague 5. By the studio where they always bring people to shoot movies. Like the Berendorf movie studio is right up the street. What up, my boy? Still in Prague? Hey, man, stay up, bro. You thanks. Thanks. I appreciate it. Can you give your input with all the red pill beef going on in the white and black manosphere? LOL. That's a deep topic. What are you playing on Switch? I'm gonna get back to you on that on the white and black manosphere. When I'm playing on Switch, well, I have Paper Mario in the other room. I got that Mario All Stars, which was kind of shitty because that game, like Mario 64, the physics just didn't age well. So it's like, I can't even play it anymore. I thought that'd be the one I play the most, and that's the one I don't play at all. And I never played Mario Sunshine till I got that because I always wanted to play Mario Sunshine, and I just don't like Mario Sunshine at all. I thought I would like it, but I did. I hated that too. So the other one, the one that was on the Wii, that's my favorite one. That you need the Joy-Cons. Well, it would be better if you had the Joy-Cons. That's the best one in my opinion. And what else am I playing? Oh, usually most of the time I just play what's that? Mario fucking what the fuck? Mario Maker 2. That's where most of my hours going to. When I just get bored, I just pick it up and just, play some real quick levels, Been binge watching your old videos. Still awesome. Thanks a lot, Star Fox. Hey, it's good. It's great to see you again, man. Mario Kart. I had Mario Kart on Wii U. See, because this Wii U was in America, I left a lot of shit back home. And I'm still like, I was telling my girl, man, I'm still kind of mad at my dad, but I didn't tell him. He didn't know. I had some Egyptian cotton tailor-made shirts, like legit tailor-made Egyptian cotton shirts, dress shirts, like legit tailored, like from top to bottom. They was about $200 a piece, man, and left them all there. But because my dad was going to my place to get all this shit that he thought was important. I had some gangster ass pocket squares. I had the shirts. I had some gangster shit, but like my dad doesn't dress like I dress. So I don't think he really has the eye to see like what would be expensive and what wouldn't. If he was just like cruising through a room type shit. So he left all that shit. I was kind of salty about it. I was real salty about it, but he did get my suits and the electronics out of there. So I'm happy he did that because I lived about 50 miles away from my dad. So he had to drive to go get the shit. What's your take on black pill physiology or psychology? I'm assuming you mean psychology. What a thing. Okay, yeah, back to red pill in the white world and the black world. My opinion, which that's a huge fucking topic. But I'll be 100% honest with you. That's a huge topic. Now, Some women will just not fuck with certain types of guys, whether it's a color or whatever the fuck, blah, blah, blah. Some girls from the day they're born to the day they die, they just will not fuck with a certain kind of guy, right? You got that group. Then you got this certain group who they want you to think they only fuck with one guy in public, but then like behind closed doors, they really getting like gang banged by a group of, the minority or the majority, behind closed doors, and they keep that shit super quiet. I've known girls personally who told me that. I'm thinking of one right now that a friend of mine was dating. She happened to be a white girl, and a friend of mine was black. And we would all sit down. I think I told you guys about her a long time ago. We used to sit down and just smoke weed and drink all the fucking time when we were in college. And she would tell us stories about how when she was in high school, she dated the guy who her parents would have approved of. And then she would always be like behind the bleachers, sucking on the black dude's dicks all the fucking time, like getting gangbanged. And she kept that shit secret. And she would never sleep with the boyfriend. She would never sleep with him, like maybe once every 2 weeks just to keep him around. I mean, she was completely fucking open, man. Like an open fucking book. You play chess often? Oh, I play chess all the time. Right from the bottle, JD. Exactly. Mario Galaxy. Yeah, that's it. Mario Galaxy on Wii. Ben the Enigma. Yeah. Truth bomb. I say some truth bombs. Have you seen Lionel Rose podcast? No. I even have to remember who the fuck that is. That's that porn star, I think, right? I don't know. You are telling the truth. They even reject the guys that they're attracted to, and later on be upset that the guy didn't put more effort to get them. My homegirl just did that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You said that you did telecommunications university, right? And no, I never did telecommunications. I did biotechnology, network engineering, health and human services, and clinical mental health disability, and a lot of little things along the way. But no, I never dove into telecommunications. I mean, I probably did some side work in that shit, but my degrees were in other fields. Vino Hladi. Hey, Esmeralda. Oh, I know. Shishi Cove. I know where that is. Hey, Esmeralda. Hey. Okay, so he's checked, so he knows what I'm saying. Moja draha. Prosim. Moja draha. She has her fucking AirPods in. Hang on. Yep, you got the AirPods in. Do you know where Vino Hladi is? There's a guy watching. He's in Zizi Cove right now. It's Prague 2. Yeah, okay. Just behind. Oh, near the center.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay, by Wenceslas Square and all that shit.
Just behind it.
Get the fuck. Yeah, he's watching from there right now. And there's another guy he watched sometimes. He lives over here somewhere because he said he's seen you before at the coffee shop down the street.
Really?
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. How's the food coming?
Great.
CV Bornia.
2 meals.
Yo. CV Bornia. Zakavili. Bunet Spatki. Kavili, is that right? Okay. Yeah, so I knew where Zizi Cove was. My girl just told me where Vino Hladi is over there by museum down there by Wenceslas Square. Because we was just down I was down there today actually, because my usual, I tell you my exact route I go, because I'm the workout, this hypochondria shit, the exact route I go is this. Well, because I'm in Prague 5. So I go down to Angel. No. I go down to I got to go to Angel because that's the only way all the trams go. The 12, the 5, the 20, maybe some other ones I'm forgetting. And then I go, on my daily route, I go down to where the U.S. Embassy is at something Namyesti. I always forget, but it's where the embassies are. It's okay, right down there by Charles Bridge. I cross Charles Bridge, go walk through Old Town to get to Wenceslas Square, and there's 2 places selling kielbasas or sausages, and you can go down there and get them for 79, 89 crowns. And there's another spot over there by that Foot Locker. They're selling beers for 42 crowns. And I stop down every day. I go down there lately, but they had a protest down there yesterday because me and my girl was just down there and they were walking towards us while we were going home. Well, we were catching the number 9 in Wenceslas Square, and that you know how it comes across past the H&M. And there's only one or two people here that even know what I'm talking about right now. That was just a long rant. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. But yeah, man, but email me or sometime. Text me, email me, we hang out, grab a beer or something, man. Are you drunk? No, I'm not drunk yet. PP, I'm not drunk yet. Are you a VR fan? Yeah, I had PSVR. I loved it. Sometimes I had to take it off because some stuff would be too much, like some demos and shit. It would be too much. It would be like this big ass one was like this big fucking wall, and it started to like bleed black shit. And it like was just sometimes I had to take it off. It was too much. Thanks a lot, Sebastian. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, I'm a fan of VR, and PSVR is like one of the worst. Other than not counting cell phones, you talk about like actual fucking console type shit or like PCs. PSVR is actually one of the worst, and I had to take it off in PSVR, so I can't even imagine what that HTC and all the other shit is. That has to be incredible. And Mr. Emoji, even the crackheads sound sophisticated in the UK. Didn't change. Oh, I probably did change my name. I don't know. What's your take on hookers? Some people in the manosphere recommend them to get some experience about women. Well, yeah, okay, yeah. A while back, I used to say, man, I would recommend most, if not all, men have experiences with hookers, because that's how you, in my opinion, that's how you really learn the truth about what women are really thinking. Because you never really gonna learn any real insights, or it's going to take you much longer trying to learn a female insight or truth in everyday regular worlds or at your regular, unless you got complete whores are just going to be your easiest way of learning women. The ones who are just openly whores. Once you venture to that world where a woman is not openly a whore, you're going to have a lot slower growth process and understanding women, much slower. So yeah, I would recommend. I personally, because I get it. I get where they're coming from. Like, I would never pay for pussy and all this blah, blah, blah. I get it. It makes sense. But if you want to learn women and you want to have your girl in there cooking you dinner right now, if you want to learn women, I would tell you to go out and get around some full-blown whores and talk to them and get to know them and know what they do. You know what I'm saying? Learn when they're bullshit. You will learn when when you can feel when a woman's telling you the truth with some shit. Learn how to read, women who don't lie as often, Because I bet you right now, all them red pill motherfuckers talking about something, don't do that. I bet their girl is not in the kitchen cooking them food right now. I can smell it too. Because she must have bought some meat from the store. Because I can smell she's cooking some meat shit right now. She's only supposed to make some vegetables, but hey, thanks, DJ. Really appreciate it. Where you been, Carlos? Man, I was sick, man. I was mentally sick. I had, long story, man. I had hypochondria, like for real. I still do, but I had hypochondria, like for real, man. Like, cause my mom had died from pancreatic cancer, so I started. It was a domino effect, man. My mom died of pancreatic cancer when I was 14. That was in the year 2000. So, right before I had to leave Prague again for the second time, because I got deported the first time I had to go to Kiev. The last time I had to leave, I started feeling pains in my stomach, and then I was talking to my cousin, and she told me that one of my ex-girlfriends died from cancer late last year. And like something happened in my head, man. Like something happened where my brain just clicked, and I was like, I'm next. It's going to be me next. It's going to be me. And I'm going to die just how my mom died, like fucking in horrible pain, fucked up. And I just spiraled down that shit. I spiraled. I'm still hobbling. I went to the doctor. I got my results over there from the CT scan, the ultrasound, the blood test, the urine test. They say everything's supposedly good. But that's mental illness, man. That shit, like, man. I had a moment last night. My girl was scratching my back, and she felt the bump, and I felt the pain. I was like, oh shit, I got cancer again. No, but no, it's a pimple. But like, I still have moments, man. That shit fucked me up. PSVR 500 for none. Why do pickup artists say avoid escorts? Because it cuts their profit. Well, see, here's the thing, man. Most women you gonna come across are gonna be escorts in some form because it's what they're looking for. The whole reason why they dressed up to look cute is so they can stand out from all the other women to find their prince. So they're going to be escorting in some form or another. Now, they may not be escorting in, well, here's $50. Well, here's $50. Come suck my dick. They may not be doing like that, but they're going to be escorting in some way, man. So the fact that they're like really separate, the fact that other red pill dudes separate them so hard like that, like it's a blue, it's a red, like I mean, it's a black and white zone. There's a bird flying in the same fucking spot outside, and he just dove off. It was fucking weird. He was like flapping his wings in the same fucking spot outside. But the fact that other red pill dudes, that's something that kind of annoys me. They separate escorts from, like, I guess what you call working class women, like regular working class, as if it's like black and white. And it's really not, man. It's really a great, if people knew how many women who they thought was normal, working a normal job, were actually out there sucking dick to get their car note paid, or sucking dick to get their cable bill paid, or sucking dick to get half their rent paid a month because they're struggling. If guys actually knew the reality on those numbers for real, it'd blow their fucking minds. It'd blow their minds. And see, this is why, and to go on a deeper truth and deeper reality of it is, this is why women do not, like, okay, guys will bash other guys for fucking prostitutes, but pay attention to this shit. Women do not bash men for fucking prostitutes. Women bash other women for being prostitutes. But women, have you ever heard of a woman making fun of a man for paying for sex with another woman? You have never heard that. Because she knows the man has, at some point, a man has to come out of his pockets or time spent or energy for her pussy. Most of the time, every now and then you get lucky here and there, whatever the fuck. But the guy has to show some signs of providing. Who makes fun of men for fucking hookers? Other fucking men. Women don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't care. Good to see you. Tell us your first experience with hookers, though. I kind of felt guilty. What about you? I told you my first time was actually a complete fucking accident, man. I ended up meeting with this girl on some dating website, and when I went to go pick her up, she asked she asked if I had the money. And I said, what are you talking about? She said, well, did you see my profile? Now this is before Instagram and all that shit took off. This is back in like 2012. This is before it was like commonplace now. OnlyFans and all this shit wasn't around. So this wasn't common. So she asked me, do I have the money? I said, what are you talking about? She goes, well, didn't you see the profile? Blah, blah, blah. I said, no. And she goes, oh, well, yeah. She goes, well, I'm a hooker. So I was like, okay, well, I tell you what, since this is a big mistake, I have a life ahead of me. I'll just go ahead and pay you money, fuck you, and then just leave. So long story, so we did, but we ended up kind of becoming cool after that. So it got to a point where I would give her rides. And as I had a few girls like that. Another thing, college universities, that happens a lot. All right. This happens a lot. Women will suck dick to get a ride to the store. Don't ever think that's beyond, because sex is nothing to them. Sex is nothing but an urge, or she knows you have an urge. That's all it is. Western societies make it this whole fucking big deal shit, So yeah, she was another one. I would just start giving her, because we actually kind of became cool after that. So I would give her, she would call me, she want me to give her a ride, and this just suck my dick. I give her a ride somewhere, blah blah. That's how it would play out. But it was actually on accident. I didn't intend on finding a hooker. That's just how it was, a complete fucking accident. And that's the honest truth. Kevin Samuels believes that men don't wait. Kevin Samuels believe that men don't cheat. We just exercise options because in mammals, males aren't typically monogamous. What's your thoughts on it if it's cheating? What's your thoughts on if it's cheating for men? Well, I was trying to tell my girl this last night, which is it's just like I know like a woman's mind is just rarely going to fully accept it happily. But I was trying to tell her how a guy looking at another woman is like is exactly the same of how women look at shoes. She's gonna keep her one or two pair of shoes that she loves, and she'll wear those most of the time. But she'll keep 40 other pairs in the closet. Now, she's not meaning to hurt the 40 other pairs or anything like that. That's the bit, but they can't understand it. They just can't understand it, man. They can't understand. They just can't. They just don't get it. And that's the sad reality of how we both flip. Like because like I said before, like how guys we're the, and I told her this, men are the ones who start out loving and caring. We're the ones who naturally want to protect and love and care, and in some extent, in some form, we naturally get that, where women don't. Women start out they start out kind of appearing to care, but really what it is they're looking for a leader. They're not really caring. They're just looking for a proper leader. So there's not much loving and caring in most girls until they get older, and then they see that the world, at best is going to use them for sex and throw them away in most cases. Then their feelings start getting hurt. So now they have to learn how to love. But now, when the guy was growing up, the guy started out loving. He wanted to. We start out wanting to give the girl everything, buy all her shit, all this stuff like that. And the girls treat us like shit because they're always chasing something bigger and better. And then what happens? While those girls are always chasing the bigger and better guy, that guy has multiple other women. So she ends up getting her heart broke time after time after time after time, to the point she's beaten down to the point where she now has to learn how to love and care because she can't get by with just being cute and having sex. That it's just not doing anything. Whereas guys, we flip. We start out loving. We keep getting fucked over. We lose the ability on how to properly love and care. So in my opinion, the whole thing, it flips. Do you think your girl would leave you if you lost everything? First, I'd have to define everything. Okay. You mean everything as far as money, finances, and material objects? No. But if I lost my mentality, like if I completely lost my mentality and my willpower, then yeah, she would. Totally. But if I lost, but I think I'm in a position where if I just lost all my money or materials or whatever the fuck like that, no, because she knows what. And I always say this to her, about the shirts. I told her this story about the shirts while we was at Western Square yesterday. As long as you believe you can do something, like for a lot of women, that's enough. Just that willpower and drive to go out there and get it again, that's enough. The material don't, because she don't care about the Nintendo, but the telescope, whatever the fuck that's expensive, that shit can burn up tomorrow. But if I know I can go out and get another one, well, that can make up for that. It might take a while. I might, some guys, they got to, work these jobs 15 hours a day and shit. They might have to go find another job, but they'll go get it again. So to answer your question, if I was to lose who I was mentally, oh yeah, it wouldn't last long at all. Well, no, I would say it probably lasts long because she'd probably have a little more faith in me at this point. But yeah, she would. If I were to lose who I was mentally, yeah. Wait a minute. My man, no directions now. Story. Do you think Michael Jackson was a beta? Yeah. Oh yeah, Elijah. Yeah, I think oh yeah. I love his music, but yeah, oh yeah, Michael Jackson was a beta for sure. Like Eminem. Hey, I love Eminem shit. But yeah, Eminem's on that beta shit too. Eminem's chasing women. Yeah, for sure. I don't know which one. I think I say Eminem's probably a bigger beta than Michael for real, than Mike in his music. I would say if this motherfucker man, he's still making tracks talking about like, I still fucked you, bitch. Shit, motherfucker, you are 45. Grow the fuck up. You are 45 with hot bars. I'm not making fun of your bars, but you still like he is still chasing bitch. I don't know if he's still doing it personally, but his music he is for sure. His because I was listening to what the fuck? Let me check my Apple Music right quick. The tracks I got on y'all. Like, I mean, the mother, he can still rap, but like sometimes he just dies way too into some beta shit. Like The Ringer was hot, Kill Shot, Legacy, Berserk, rap. I got some older shit. No, because I was listening to it, like I love Offended. I still listen to that. That nobody likes me, everybody hates me, they want me to go eat some dirt. I still like that shit. But like some of his shit, man, like the fact that he's paying them to that much attention. Like that song, y'all remember that song, Kim? It's so long. Bitch, you did me so wrong. I don't want to go on living in this world without you. I mean, it was, you know, it was kind of catchy and it had shock value. But at the end of the day, I mean, when you talk about who's chasing who, see the fact that you still walking around talking about that bitch that did you like that says that you ain't that you're chasing her. You see what I'm saying? In that world, like how you really hurt her. Like I say, what do I say in all my older videos? If you want to hurt a woman, don't pay her no attention. She doesn't exist. Anyway, this is some good alcohol. You know, don't make a song about it. Don't spend time writing a song about that hoe. I don't care who she. If you want to hurt a woman, no emotional attention at all. That's how you hurt them. That's how you leave them out in the club drinking until they fucked up every night, getting gang banged by 4 dudes and then crying after they all leave. That's how you leave them like that. That's how you get them fucked up. See, when you out there, so long. Polo, I don't even know what Polo G is. I'm too old. I'm 34, man. I'm not old, but I'm too old for Polo G. Mike was a gangster. Super. Said you say if you lose your material, she wouldn't leave you. Doesn't that counter the hypergamy? Okay. Well, no. Okay. I don't fuck. Camogello. I hope I pronounced that right. No, okay. The hypergamy and okay. There are different types. Okay, in this area, there's different types of hypergamy. The first type is the type of hypergamy that's strictly going to measure it based off of how many numbers you got in your bank account, right? And there's mixtures of it. Every woman is a little different. Some women, it'll be strictly how many numbers you have in your bank account. And that's it. Some women will fuck you just because of that. Other women will fuck you because of your position and status. I think there was a it was a Tom Likas or somebody was talking about it, how a woman who made like a woman who would make like 60,000 USD a year would fuck a successful musician who makes 40,000 a year because he'll make up for it in his swagger in the music world to get her in the shit that she wouldn't get into on her own and stuff like that. Like there's different ways it balances out. It's not just because of material and or numbers. Like it could be other things like that. Like how so many times how you see these girls, you know, in your regular neighborhoods, fucking dudes that are just straight bums, you know, but it's the swagger. Like the girl sees in him that, you know, he has some swagger. Other girls may like him for whatever reason. So she'll fuck with him because of that. Every girl's a little different. All women are not the same. There's a generality speaking, like no matter around the world, it's known in the smallest of third world countries. You show them a picture of a beautiful, you go to any third world country in the middle of any village, you show a 4-year-old boy a picture of a beautiful woman, and you ask that little boy who has no connection to the real world right? Not the real world. Now that sounds fucked up, but no connection to the internet or to the rest of the world. And you ask that 4 or 5-year-old child, what kind of man would this beautiful woman want? And he will tell you, oh, I got to have a lot of money. I got to have cars. I'm not making this shit up. It's biological. Motherfuckers know it from this. Now, okay, like that's a generality, is that the motherfucker has to have money, blah, blah, blah. That's a generality. Not every woman, but it's a generality. Okay. Do you have advice for young incels? Stop caring so much. That's my advice for young incelibates. Okay. The other advice is this, man, for young incelibates, because see, you have to remember the incel thing is younger guy. Okay, it's impossible for a woman to be an incelibate. It's impossible for a woman to not be able to get fucked, right? It's impossible. There is always some guy somewhere wanting to fuck a woman. And this is what guys really need to call women out on whenever they want to call a guy an incel or some shit like that. Like, bitch, this was your biological right. You are a woman. Somebody will always fuck you. You see, but as far as for young men, see, men, we have to go out and make ourselves. We have to make most cases, unless you're naturally a great looking guy at 15 or something like that. You got to make a name for yourself. Women, all a woman has to do is just walk in a room and stand there, and that's it. But for young guys, young incels, overall, my advice is stop caring so much about it, which is hard because you want to have sex. But looking back, most guys go through an incel period. And looking back on it, I just wouldn't care so much about it. I would just, be happy with whatever I was doing. Okay, Nuclear Bomb said, you said that treating women with too much respect turns you into a nice guy. So I've been trying to go the other, but I'm becoming unpopular with other men in my class. And well, who cares what the other men think? I mean, do whatever you doing, because you'll always find some more friends. Nuclear Bomb, don't worry about what other men. Don't worry about. In my honest opinion, see that worrying about what other people think, and when you trying to fuck, you gotta see that. Women can get away with that. Women do that shit. Like, they got to care what other women think and blah, 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 blah. Because women have to, if it's something they want, they got to be nice. And, they got to look better than Sarah and Jennifer. And they got to care. You don't care, man. You do what you do and you figure out what works for you. And you'll make and lose friends along the way. That's what it is to be a man. Yeah, women don't even have to be alive to get fucked. Yeah. Thanks, Mac Dre 7. Born to be black. Thanks, man. Yeah. Like, sex is not even a fucking and the thing that fucking pisses me off. I'm gonna go on about this, man. The thing that I don't say it pisses me off, but it's fucking annoying, man. Like, it's just like they treat like there's a lot of girls out there who treat getting attention and getting fucked as if it was some feat to be like, no, like, this is your biological right. Like, you are entitled to this. This is nothing for you. Like, just stand it, just go anywhere and just sit down. Somebody's gonna start looking at you and eventually gonna come over and try to fuck you. Just because you were just there as a woman. That's it. But they treat it like it's some fucking competition, like they actually did something. It's hilarious. I think this shit's hilarious. Hey, thanks, man. You owe Panama? That's gangster. I've never been to Panama. You got Xavier, you got your CDL? Yeah, man. Hey, fucking do that shit, man. Kick the world's ass. Do it. How did you meet your girl? On Tinder. I'm not even going because it was when coronavirus happened, so you couldn't even meet anybody. And I would never recommend doing online dating. But it was coronavirus. You couldn't go out anywhere, and we were on lockdown before the U.S. was on lockdown, like curfew and all that shit. It was fucked up. There was a Reddit group on female incels. The women there got offers from many guys, but the subreddit banned the guys from commenting. We know why. Subreddit. Man, let me tell you, there is no such thing. Okay, there is no see when it. I seriously, if there was a science, I would sacrifice myself for this. If there was a way I could put, if I can put a woman's brain into a man's body so she can see how a woman sees how easy she has it in life just because she's a woman, I would sacrifice my testicles for that shit, for science. I would cut this shit off so men and women can see how women would react to the world if they seen how hard men really do have it and how easy women have it just because they can just walk in the room and just be a woman. And as long as they just walk in the room, be a woman, and just say something pleasant from time to time and just sit there, like they're already entitled to shit. You're there, like a man has to do something. You see what I'm saying? Like a man has to go build something, has to go, a man has to build a craft, build an art. All woman has to do is sit, and somebody is going to come give a woman something just because she is woman. And I would cut off my own testicles for science. Just if there's a way I can take out 100 women's brains from their body, put it into a man's body, and watch them try to live in the world and watch how they take it. And then they see, how easy they really did have it. Because I know you guys seen those documentaries when they tried this shit with women. I'm thinking of one, and this was maybe back in the early 90s. This was back when you could still get away with, with more realistic jokes and shit. I want to say this is back in the 90s. They did an experiment with that. A woman thought, there was a woman, she was kind of tall, but she thought that men have it so easy. And she thought that she would go out and be able to find dates with women and make all types of friends and blah, blah, blah. So they dressed her up like a man because she was already kind of tall, a little butch looking. So they went ahead and made her hair short, and they made her look like a man. And she went out and actually approached women, and she seen how cruel and cold and heartless and uncaring and how unloving women were to her when she tried to just approach them for a conversation. I think they had to cut the experiment short because she was having a mental fucking breakdown because she didn't know how evil and cold women are in the real world like that. It's like if you're a guy and you don't have any super type of abnormal swagger that makes you stand out, women will treat you like dog shit. And she learned it. And the only place she found solace was she found a group of men and she went bowling with them, and they accepted her. They was friends with her. That was the only place she found any solace. Because when she tried to date women, they all treated her like shit. And that's just the reality. Now I don't have a PS5. Crystal player. I don't have one yet. Why do you think Batman was a beta? Batman would be an alpha until a woman would come into the room, and it would just fall apart. Batman was on some. Everything else about Batman was alpha, but as soon as a woman come into, in most of the movies and most of the cartoons and shit, it would just fall apart. Why the fuck would he care about Catwoman like that? To be chasing the bitch around and shit. Whoop her ass. If Batman is really throwing out equal rights and left, Catwoman should have been no exception. Whap, and throw her ass in jail with the rest of them. No, she has nice tits. Leave her out. I'll just chase her. No, knock that bitch the fuck out. Like you was knocking out, motherfucker would slam Two-Face's half his face to the ground. But Catwoman, she's got tits. Well, let her run away. Let her skedaddle. Get the fuck out of here, man. Not if we're equal. We're equal. Knock that bitch the fuck out, just like you knocked out Penguin. Y'all remember? Y'all remember? Y'all remember in Arkham City, in that game where the Penguin would shoot that ice ray? You had to go all the way around that motherfucker. You had to sneak up behind him and knock him the fuck out with a hard ass uppercut. You mean to tell me society is so fucked up they would accept Batman knocking the fuck out of a 4-foot tall Penguin dude shooting an ice gun before they would accept Batman doing that shit to Catwoman? And Catwoman be scratching the fuck out of him. Penguin can't do shit. Penguin's a fucking, he's a little person. He can't go hurt Batman. But Catwoman knocks the shit out of Batman. And he just see, that's that beta, man. Knock that bitch the fuck out. If she's got the courage to hit you, then you hit her ass back. Flat out. Because we're equal. You see, I don't even want to go down that path because I'll rant about that for the next 45 minutes. How we supposed to be equal whenever it's convenient. No. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate it, man. Hey, do you think all women that cut their hair short are masculine? No. Krista Player, I don't think all women who cut their hair short are masculine. But what I think what happens is kind of the same thing with what has happened with OnlyFans. Women see other women doing something, so they want to feel like they can do what other women do. So I don't know how old you are, Krista Player, but as an example, when Halle Berry, as far as I know, Halle Berry was one of the first ones in my generation who came out with the short hairstyle, and then all these other women thought they can do it too because they thought they looked like Halle Berry, and no, they didn't, because it's the whole artwork that goes into it. Like Halle Berry's head was shaped right, and her body was shaped right to look right with it. And but see, the thing is that logic doesn't really go into a lot of women's heads, especially in the US. Now in Europe, I think they accept reality a bit more. From what I see, a lot of European women, they can accept that reality more. Like, okay, I just don't look good with that. Done. Whereas American women, they've got on this whole inclusive shit, and all that shit. So you got fucked up looking bitches going out there chopping all their hair off, thinking they gonna look good like the girl who does look good with it, and it just causes confusion. But I don't think all women who do that are, because there are some girls who maybe they have like a young child and they get tired of the child pulling their hair, so they cut it short. Or some women, some girls just don't like having long hair, so they cut it short. Now, do they look good with it? That's a whole other topic. But no, I don't think that all women who cut their hair short are masculine. Sometimes I think they just are either bored or they've done it for some reason, good or bad. But very few actually look good. Very few can actually pull it off. Actually, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret right now. My girl, she always watches these videos. I have I've always loved Charlize Theron because it's something about her fucking personality. It just seems like she would be a cool person to hang the fuck out with. Like I feel like if it was me, Charlize Theron, in a room full of porn stars, she would fit in perfectly. Not because I think she's a whore, but because I feel like she can just talk about any topic and be fine. I don't know if that's true or not, but I just see it in her. So I've always had a crush on her for that. And plus I like the way her face looks, but she can pull off the short hair, the short hairstyle. A lot of women can't though. I say out of every 10, one at best can pull that shit off. At best. At absolute best, one. Batman said, word. Hey, easy. Oh, easy peasy. Yeah. What's up, man? In a way, aren't we all hypergamous? Yeah, we all are. Yeah, we all are hypergamous for sure. For sure, yeah. Because I think that's just the nature side of it, man. Like we want the most beautiful woman we can get, and women want the best protector they can get. And then we just kind of settle for, the best we can get kind of thing. Oh shit. YouTube did that thing where I skipped through SJ Polsky. Oh, you're talking again in Czech or Polish. Tayago, yeah. Should have knocked that bitch the fuck out and went and got him one of his employees or something at Batcorp. Magneto or something. Oh yeah, yeah. I was always a fan of Magneto. Batman. Oh yeah, he liked to see her run so he could watch her titties bouncing. Yeah, that's why Yeah, man, Batman. I don't get me wrong. I love Batman for other reasons. Like there was a comic where he was fighting Bane, and Bane was like always. Bane was whooping his ass, and he was saying like Batman, you're gonna die tonight. And Batman said, "Look, motherfucker." And Batman's face is just like bloody and bleeding. He said, "Look, every fucking night." We didn't say fucking, but every damn night. I hear the same stories. You're going to die tonight, Batman. You're not going to make it, Batman. We're going to kill you, Batman. And he said, and it goes every damn night. And he goes, you know what? I forget what he goes, but he headbutts Bane and goes, I'm Batman, and just headbutts the shit out of Bane and knocks him the fuck out. But Bane, I got more respect for Bane in all honesty. Bane went through some rough shit. I mean, Batman did too, but Bane, that was next level shit for real. Okay, nuclear bomb. How do you effectively tap into hate and turn that into respect or love? Okay, because you got to accept that. Because you got to accept what you hate for what it is. How do you effectively tap into hate and turn that into respect or love? You got to learn to accept what you hate and that you hate it. And then you can kind of veer it off into respect or love, because that's just what, X does. I try to explain MGTOW to an escort. Okay, Heaven C, you tried to explain MGTOW to an escort and even escorts. Okay, because I'll tell you why. They can't. Because I say this in my older videos, they can only most women can only see what they see. They can't entertain anything else. They just can't do it. So the thought of they can't see anything else outside. Like the world begins, or like Patrice O'Neal said. I was going to say Penelope O'Neal. Like Patrice O'Neal said, in every woman's brain on the planet, in every woman's brain. I know my girl, if she got her ear, but she probably hears, she probably mad like, he's saying this shit again. In every woman's brain, she is the leading actress. Every other woman in the planet is a co-star. Every other man on the planet is a co-star, except for the prince that she wants. You have every woman. They cannot see outside of that. There's a certain level of selfishness that a man could never get to in a woman's head. A man can, we just can't get there. We cannot, we just can't. We can kind of get there and we can have the appearance of getting there, but at the end of the day, we really don't, we can never fully get, at the end of the day, we will break down back to our core and choose to love and care for other people genuinely, like cry, be fucked up and genuinely care for starving kids and shit like that. Women don't do that unless there's something in it for them. They brains aren't capable of it. Most. They can't, because it's about them. It's about them. See, we do. Like I told y'all in the last live stream, why I was in that endless loop of depression was because my last live stream I was going on about hypochondria and I thought I had cancer. And the loop was either A, I'm depressed because if I go to the doctor, he'll tell me I have cancer. He or she may tell me I have cancer. Or the other loop, which is this is very difficult to get across to a woman, but men can get this much easier. How many people came out that doctor's office and got that bad news that they got cancer? And I didn't. You see, I'm thinking about that single father of 4 kids at home who got that bad news. I'm always thinking about the kid whose parents left them out, the kid who would love to have a family to come home to. I always think of them. Those thoughts. I'm thinking. Since I started this live stream, I tell you what, I was thinking about this one specific case right now. There's this girl in Ukraine, because I donate to charities, which I fucking hate doing, but I still do it. This girl, she's in the Ukraine. She has some condition. I don't know what it is. And the only 2 countries that can fix it near Ukraine, is Germany and India. And whatever the condition is, her spleen at any moment can explode, right? I forget what, because I even looked it up after it. I forget what the condition was, but at any moment, her spleen can literally just explode. And it can be fixed, but they don't have the money, right? And now I'm going to go down a whole rant of how shitty humanity is. You mean to tell me, like, motherfucker, like, a person's life isn't worth some fucking digital concept that we made up, some numerical concept that we made. You could perfectly, these motherfuckers in the hospital, these doctors, they can perfectly do it. They know how to do it, but they're not going to do it because your life ain't worth a certain numerical value. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I don't even want to go down that road, man, because I never come out of it. Because I don't like doctors. I don't like those motherfuckers. I mean, I got the money though. I have the money or the resources to go up there and fix myself with most things I can think of. But I don't like those motherfuckers, man, because I think they're full of fucking shit. Honestly, I think they're full of fucking shit. But I'm not gonna. That's a whole other rant, man. I don't want to go down that road. Oh, you suffer from health anxiety and hangout? Keep thinking I got COVID because my anxiety gives me chest pains and breathing problems. Yeah, man, I'm there. Do you have any tips for younger guys to become high value men in the future? Drizzy Dre, my advice is especially nowadays. See, when I was a younger guy, we didn't have these outlets, but you guys have it now. Do whatever the fuck you want to do and get good at it. See, when I was, a young adult, we didn't have Patreon. We had the internet, but we didn't have Patreon. We didn't have, Instagram, OnlyFans, whatever the fuck, blah, blah, blah. These routes to get money on the internet. We didn't have that. So like the only route in Ohio, the only route we had was to go get a regular job. Whereas like you guys have so many more options now. You guys can just go out and just become, you guys can go become a photographer in different countries or sort of blog in different countries or make a channel making puppets or whatever the fuck. Like you guys have so many more. My advice to younger guys now, the best advice I can give you, because we're from a different generation. The best advice I can give you, whatever your hobby is, educate yourself the most you can. Be open to whoever's willing to teach you. All right. They may be teaching you something you may think you already know, but if they're from a different culture than yours, listen to them because they may approach it differently than you and give you a different outlook on it. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, like, I can go this route now. And, take time to learn. Even if people are telling you shit you think you already know, hear them out, especially if they're from a different overall culture, like they're from different countries, different state or different race of person, whatever the fuck. Because they may get to talking and you're like, okay, I've heard all this before. And they say one sentence and you catch it. You're like, what? Wait, what? So you mean I could do this? And then you're like, oh, and then that can take you on a whole different road. My advice is find what your hobby. If you have a hobby, do that hobby, get good at it, learn everything you can about it, or find a hobby, get good at it, and learn everything you can at it. Because nowadays, like I said, you guys got Patreon. There's no real need for a college education anymore now. When I was 19, you had to have a college education or you just weren't going to do anything in Ohio. You're fucking stuck. What do you think of Jessica Wu? Who the fuck is Jessica Wu? Jessica Wu. How TikTok mom Jessica Wu turns her kids' lunches into art. I don't know anything about this hoe. Yeah, I don't know who this is. Some Asian bitch. I have no idea. So I'm guess Kevin Samuels talked to her, or is he fucking her? I don't know. See, I tell you, this is bad news though. I'm scrolling down, and it's all see. I mean, this is another red flag from my generation. If you can scroll down her page and it's all pictures of her, you don't want nothing to do with that because it's all about her. This is not wife material. This is girl. I made a post on Facebook for those of you who are Facebook friends of mine. I made a post on Facebook. Not a post, but I commented on it because some guy was asking about it. I said, look, the difference between a wife and a girlfriend is this. A wife is loving and caring for others. A girlfriend ultimately does everything for herself. And she stays a girlfriend for her entire life. She's just another loudmouth Joe. Yeah, I can tell by her Instagram page. You don't want anything to do with her because every picture is her. Everything is about her on her Instagram page. You want nothing to do with that. So that's another piece of advice I got for you guys. If you guys are dating a woman and every picture is a her, every picture that all down the fucking page is just, you don't want nothing to do with that because it's all about her. Everything's about her. Advice on keeping a woman acting right. Kevin, some part of you. Thanks, Jesse Rubin. Some part of you, I was actually telling my girl this a couple nights ago. Some part of you has to always say fuck you to the woman. Honestly, some part of you, whether it's how you walk, how you talk, how you get up and go turn the PlayStation on, something about you has to communicate, I'm going to do this and there's nothing you're going to do about it. Something about you has to say, if nothing about you says that, and not like, okay, not in the sense of like, well, I didn't text her back, so maybe she noticed. Not like that. I mean, you have to do it in person. Like something about how your physical characteristics in person, like y'all in the middle of a conversation and just walk the fuck off. Right? Now, I'm not going to say that every time that's going to work, but like I would make that work. Like something about your physical presence has to say, no matter what it is, like I'm going to go off and do something on my own accord and you can come if you want to. If not, then my day's not ruined at all. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how, but once it becomes a thing of, well, my day's ruined if you don't come, that's when you're going too close to them losing respect for you. And any woman in the chat, any female lurker can agree to that shit. What was this? What do you think? I'm actually shocked so many people are asking me about Kevin Samuels. Like it's kind of weird. I mean, it's weird, but like in an interesting way. What do you think about Kevin Samuels leading with your wallet philosophy? Well, that's always going to play a part in it in some kind of way. Either you're leading with your immediate wallet or your potential wallet in the future. Because a woman just wants to she just wants to know she's protected. That's all. See, the only reason guys like me, guys who are built like me now, can pull women is because society has changed. Now you go back to them cavemen days, motherfuckers like me couldn't pull a bitch because I'm not the biggest dude, all right? I'm not getting ready to go out there and kill some lions. All right? It's simple as that. So back then, you had to be the biggest, strongest motherfucker. You go back in history, whenever motherfucking countries got taken over, they look all them kids, okay, all them women went off and happily fucked those biggest, strongest men who took over their country. Go look throughout history. That's what happened sexually. Women don't give a fuck about their country. You go, okay. Go back and every now and then you'll find some woman who, you know, she did. But for the overwhelming majority, if you okay, and this, I know I'm gonna hear it later on tonight, but if you break it down throughout history on how women handled their country being run over by another country, more times than not, she would rather have that new man's baby who ran that country over than stand up for her own country. They don't give a fuck about that country. Fuck that language. I'll never speak English again. Proceed. Like if Chuck Brother came and ran over fucking America right now, half them bitches, they wouldn't speak English at all. They'd all speak Czech. China come back. If China woke up tomorrow and said, look, we gonna take America because them motherfuckers owe us a lot of money. We gonna come on. I get this time next year, all them hoes be speaking Chinese. They've been to forget English. What? Wang Chang Ong, Wang Chang Pong. They will fuck English because that's what they do. Okay, and going back to the earlier question. Going back to the earlier question of yeah, I'm drunk. I don't forgot the earlier question now. Yeah, I forgot the earlier question. I'm getting too drunk. How long have I been on? Oh yeah, because I was going to cut it off at an hour. Yeah, does that make sense? It's at an hour and 11 minutes. Any advice for the women watching you? Please do some vids for women. For the females who are watching me. Okay. Yeah, I'll make, because I haven't made a video in probably about 4 months now. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll give advice to women for sure. Any thoughts on a married couple going to my gym and the woman blatantly staring at me a lot because she wants to the woman, Krista Player, the woman staring at you a lot, she wants to fuck you. Now, the hard question, Krista Player, is this: for the married couple who the woman staring at you, she wants to fuck you. Now, the hard part that you're gonna have to figure out is why she's trying to fuck you. Okay. Is she trying to fuck you because she just wants to fuck you and she knows her husband's a fucking chump? Or is she trying to fuck you because is she trying to lure you in because she knows her husband's into watching her fuck other men and you are something that she can, you know, that she thinks she wants to fuck? That's going to be the next situation. So if I were you in that scenario, I would just go over and say, you know, hey, my name is so and so. I seen you looking at me. You know, I noticed you watching me, and I think it's cute. And then just walk the fuck off. Leave. Don't say nothing else. Right? And then that day. Now give it a few days, maybe even a week. And if she does it again, then go talk to her again. I'm not a fan of personally, I'm not the type of guy who does the thing where, you know, you hit it off in the same night. I don't like that shit because for multiple reasons. That could be a trap, it could be a scheme. I'm not into that fast shit, not into that. But she wants to fuck you for sure. It's just a matter of like, what's the reason why? What's your take on masculine? Okay, Drizzy Dre asks, what's your take on masculine frame and how to keep from breaking frame? Okay, the ultimate way you can be masculine is to hold a stoic character. And really just to don't get emotionally involved in anything and hold a stoic character. Or if you do get emotionally involved, make sure it's something that you're actually interested in, regardless of what other people think, and regardless of what other people, how much attention you're getting for it. Just stay focused in it. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Women love when you are focused into what you're focused in. What they don't like is when you're trying to pretend to be focused in what you like, or pretend to be focused in what they like in the beginning, when you're just, trying to get some pussy. They don't like that shit. A lot of times, like because they know you're trying to do it. Like the only time you might actually get some pussy is if they just naturally, they were just horny before, and you're just making it easier by pretending to be interested in what she's interested in. But most of the times, no. No. In a real level, no. Because Kevin said high value men cheat. Yeah. The saying got high value men. Yeah. I can agree with that. But I won't say all high value men cheat. But there has to be something. Cheating has to be sprinkled in there somewhere. Because, like I said in my older videos, there's another way you keep a woman acting right. She cannot be completely 100% comfortable. Because once she's completely 100% comfortable, well, there's nothing else to go after. Okay, like for example, let's say like in basketball, in the NBA, let's say, you go off and you put a team together and you win a championship for the next 15 years. Well, there's nothing else, what else do you go after? You conquered it, you've beat all the other 30 teams, it's nothing else to do. And it's just boredom. So people go off, they want to make their own lives again. Are you gonna do another Brittany Renner video? I didn't know she was still making videos, Des. Brittany Renner. Good to have you back. Thanks. I don't know how to say that. Last night I told a 27-year-old girl on Snapchat she's too old. She got mad. Stop talking. Hey, see you, Patty. And how do you keep them on their toes without being creepy? Okay, you don't pay them a lot of attention, man. That's how. Okay, pretty much everything, from the sound of it, everything that you think you should do the opposite, and then and you're gonna start winning. Because a creep is pretty much anybody who's like a creep to a woman is a guy who's giving her too much attention. Pretty much. That's usually the overall sum of it. Oh, a guy who's giving her too much attention, and a guy who's giving her too much attention while not having a certain level of swagger. How would you play life if you had $5 million? You stay in Europe, ramp in the US, or what? I don't know. If I had $5 million, I'm a real simple guy, man. Like I don't need a person. Because look, man. Look, this is the thing, man. If I have $5 million, I'm a real simple guy. I can go out tomorrow and get and get hit by a random bullet that was shot, who knows how far away. I can't, and if I die tomorrow, man, I can't come back and say, oh wait, let me empty out my bank account and take it to my grave. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like the thing is, man, like when it comes to money and material objects, like I don't get me wrong, like I do love my new laptop. I do I love my suits. But at the same time, man, like all this shit's going back in the ground one day. So when it comes to money, it would make me more happy to know that that I can get it. I can help somebody else out with it. Honestly, man, $5 million. Like I said, man, because tomorrow's not guaranteed to anybody. It's not guaranteed. I can die tonight. I fuckered it. Who knows? This alcohol might have been tainted when they made it, and I don't even know it yet. and I die halfway through this stream. What good is this fucking Nintendo Switch behind? I can't take that shit with me. You see what I'm saying? When it's over, it's over. That's it. I can't take my telescope with me. I can't take my girl with me. I can't take this. I can't take my iPad behind. Well, I bought this iPad for my girl. I got this for my girl, but I ended up using it because I bought the pencil with it. So, but yeah, man, when it comes to money, man, like I don't give a fuck because I could die tomorrow, man. They don't put that value in the money. I'm not saying you personally or anybody else personally, but my opinion is this, man. Like, don't put a lot of my opinion is to not worship don't worship anything. Enjoy it and move on, but don't worship it, man. That's my opinion for myself. Because if I die tonight, like I said, I can't take any of this shit with me. It's gonna be, you know what's gonna happen? If I die tonight, motherfuckers gonna come in here and take all this shit and either keep it for themselves or go sell it, and I'll be a forgotten memory. And in 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, you don't even remember my name. Or will y'all be dead in 100 years? Right? It ain't nobody gonna remember it. Nobody's gonna remember this shit. You play Smash Bros? I used to, man, but I was never super good at it like a lot of people are. I've always been bad at 2D fighting games. I'm sounding like a hippie. But yeah, man, I can't take it. I mean, yeah, I can't take any. I can buy all the expensive shit I want in the world, man. I can't take any of it with me. Are you worried about US inflation? Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. But yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Because they giving out all this free money. Motherfucker, I've been getting all these goddamn stimulus checks, and I ain't even been living in the country. They get ready to fuck that shit up. But that's life, man. They'll figure something out. If not, are you religious? That's a whole nother topic, Idris. Idris. AD, are you aware of gynocracy? No. Richard Nixon from Futurama. Yeah, that was great. How do you spot female social chameleon? Oh, that's a big topic. I can't cover that real fast. Do women care about art? There are some who do genuinely do. Some, not many, but some. Just like art is like sushi. You won't find a lot of women who genuinely like sushi. Like, okay, for example, like my ex-wife used to pretend she liked sushi because it's that thing like sushi in the Western worlds or like semi-Western worlds is like thought to be like what fancy people eat. Like I love sushi. I will go to a running sushi bar and eat up all that shit. Like I love it. But like from what I found, like most girls don't like real sushi. They don't like it. There's nothing wrong with it. Because it's really if you didn't grow up with it, it's an acquired taste, and I acquired it personally because I didn't like it at first. But after acquiring it, like, oh, I fucking love it, which I haven't had in a while now because all this coronavirus, and if you order out food, it's just way too expensive to order it. Bro, what's your view on religion? Top 5 impossible. Okay, I'll go into my view on religion. Well, I was brought up in Christianity. I went to a private school, a private Christian school. I didn't, and that was another thing that was floating around when I first started doing live streams. I tried to say I grew up poor or something like that. Like, no, I never grew up poor, man. Like I didn't grow up rich, but I didn't grow up poor either. But also don't get twisted. Me living in Europe, like this was financially all me. Me going to college, that was all me. The student loans, going to the military and paying off the student loans and all that was all me. Because my mom died when I was 14. So I grew up in a single parent household. So we didn't have a lot of money. But I didn't grow up poor. I grew up in a nice area. I would call it nice. Some people wouldn't, some people would. Depends on how you grew up. So my view on religion is this, man. I'm kind of with Kratos on this shit. Where I'm with Kratos from God of War. My personal thought is this. What do you say? A wish to the gods are as worthless as the gods themselves. And the reason I say this is, and don't get me wrong, I love, because I grew up in Christianity, so I can only really speak for Christianity because I grew up with it. I went to the school for like 7 years off this shit. So I probably forgot more Christianity than most Christians ever learned about it. And probably memorized more verses than most Christians ever, probably memorized and forgot more verses than most Christians ever knew. My thing is this, man. I love what the character Jesus Christ stood for. Don't get me wrong. I love that shit. But you got to look at it from the reality of it. Jesus was playing life on easy mode, son. His dad owned the fucking universe. So of course he gonna be walking around talking about something. Yeah, you should love your fucking neighbor. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Because my daddy's gonna come fix all this shit if I fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course you're gonna be like that. Don't get me wrong. I love what Jesus stood for. I love that shit. Help motherfuckers out, give what you got to help people. I'm down for that shit. But what I don't find admirable is that your daddy owns the fucking company. All right. Now, what I find more admirable is find me a man, a human. Find me a human who is saying that same shit and is living a life full of uncertainty, who doesn't know what's going to happen. See, now that gets my respect. If you Jesus walking around talking some, yeah, like a fucking hippie, love your fucking neighbor, yeah, blah, and I know, yeah, love your fucking neighbor. I know I'm gonna die on a cross, but hey, my dad's God, so I'm gonna be okay. Like, if you knew, okay, now let's put this shit in perspective. If you knew that no matter what happened to you, your daddy ran all this shit and could bring you back to life when it's all over. Think about that shit. If you knew this shit, of course you're going to be on some, oh yeah. Okay, let's put in a better perspective. Let's say you programmed a fucking video game, right? And you knew at the end you could just give yourself all the lives you wanted. Of course you're like, look, well, fuck it, die again. I don't give a fuck. But now imagine yourself as them video game characters. Them characters in that video game, they don't know what's going to happen if they die. They don't know. You see, like really think about that shit, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm down for what Jesus, I'm down for what that shit preached. Like, that shit was gangster shit. But if you live in life on easy mode, of course you're going to say shit like that. I respect a human who doesn't know what's going to happen literally from 1 second to the next. If you really break it down, I respect a human, a good-willed human, far more than I respect a God at any fucking point. The gods have the least of my respect. Any God has the least of my respect in that context, because gods know they can fix the shit or they can do something, whatever the fuck. They know the options. Where men, animals, insects, whatever the fuck. See, we don't know what's going to happen when we die. We don't know what's going. I could be dead within an hour. I'm not guaranteed to make it. What time is it? I'm not guaranteed to make it to 10 p.m. I'm not guaranteed to make it another 60 seconds. If you seriously think about that shit. So, I mean, that's just my thing, man. AD, you once mentioned there was a red pill about life and the universe, and that was beyond the woman red pill. What did you mean? Oh, okay. A woman's red pill is to find a qualified protector And that's about it. They now I will say is women do handle death better than men on average, I'd say. Because their whole goal is just really just to me is to find a man to protect them. And after that, the cards will fall how they fall. They're not really putting too much thought into, philosophy on a whole, these different they're not, women they just they don't care. They just don't care. They don't care. They don't care about how a transmission works. They don't care about, they don't women just don't care about philosophy. They don't, I mean, it'll be an entertaining conversation for a while because, we'll bring it up, but it's just not important to them. They just don't care. They don't care about this shit. Jesus was a trust. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. Now, don't get like I said, social. I think I said South Carolina social. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, that's essentially Jesus. I mean, his daddy. Of course. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I don't say I don't respect him. I like what he was saying, but at the end of the day, I respect a human more than I respect Jesus. I just be real about it. Sorry if I offended anybody. I'm sure I did, but if you look at the whole scope of it, look, we don't know what's going to happen. We hope we know what's going to happen to us when we die, but we don't know. All right. So, okay. So let's put it in perspective. Jesus walking down the street, chilling with his homies and shit, saying you should love everybody, which is nothing wrong with that. You should care for everybody. Nothing wrong with that. But let's put it in a deeper perspective. Now, with Jesus, trade places with us? No. I just be no. Okay, and let's go deeper. Would Jesus trade places with us? And then our father give their son leukemia or blood cancer, whatever the fuck, and we just say, "Oh no, it's fine. Just close your eyes and hope my dad listens to you, and heals your son. Just hope. That's all. Just hope." It sounds like I'm talking shit, but I mean, really think I'm sure I'll be called a Satanist. I already know, man. I lost people, but really think about that shit. Of course, Jesus. I mean, like that motherfucker, like God and Jesus ain't dumb. They already know what this shit. They already know what the game is. Okay, I know nothing about the Quran, man. I don't know. I won't even pretend to know. I know nothing about the Quran, Robert Sterling. I won't even pretend to know about the Quran. I'm not one of those guys who tries to pretend they know shit they don't. I won't even pretend to know. From how I was brought up, that was what I was taught. The shit that I'm bringing up. But yeah, I mean, if you run the game on easy, like in my opinion, my opinion is this, man. Like I respect humans more than I respect gods, personally. The problem with religion is that people take text literally. Yeah, a lot of it's outdated. What are the best philosophy books to read? I had great ones in the States. My favorite, honestly, was Alan Watts overall. But I had Nietzsche. I can't even remember. Man, they were all sitting on my table in the living room there. I had about 4 or 5 books in there. Let me see. Yeah, all my books here are just about, black holes and time warps and art. Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo. I got this book, but it kind of delved to, this book went a little bit too Western for me. It's a fiction book. I don't know if you guys can see it. But I got this, but it really got too fictional for me, so I just stopped reading it, honestly. It wasn't a bad read, but it's kind of okay. In that book, what ended up happening was a Westerner went to the eastern side of the world and then pretty much put the Eastern religion on a fucking pedestal. So I just lost interest in it, honestly. He do a call-in type thing. I just didn't do it right now, but I can. AD, how long until the Great Reset? Man, I don't even know. I can't even answer that. Are you going to change, or you aren't going to change someone's opinion with just a single sentence? It's I mean, I've heard that Jesus is only one interpretation of a certain individual that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the theory, it's a great theory, man. Like don't get me wrong, like the concept of a Jesus is a great theory. Like I love that shit, man. I love the fact of caring for others, you know, try like genuinely like giving a shit about other people and giving like you know the clothes on your back for other people. I showed my girl a story about a guy. I think it was in Poland. He died a few years back, but he was like 99 years old, and he got a pension from the military, which was not enough to live off of, and he was homeless, and he would beg on the streets, and every dime he got, every penny he got, uh, every Polish zloty he got, he donated that shit to orphanages. Now that man deserves more respect than anybody. Or a man who gave his life for somebody else and was fully aware of it. Now, because the next area I was going to go into with that was the military. Because see, that military shit, when people give their lives for that shit, man, they not see that military shit, and I know I'm gonna lose people with this. A lot of them, they not giving their lives for other people. They're giving their lives for that paycheck. Let's keep it real. They're giving their lives for that Dodge Charger. but see, they're giving their 21-year-old lives. See, that's why that age cutoff in the U.S. military. That's why they have an age cutoff, because they know motherfuckers like me ain't dumb enough to hear. Oh, I can get a Dodge Charger if I sign up for infantry. Sure, sign me up. And then motherfuckers back home like, oh, Thomas gave his life for you so you could go eat at Applebee's. No. Let's keep it real, Sandra. Thomas gave his life for that Dodge Charger. Let's keep that shit 100% real. Thomas didn't give his life for so Susie and Alex could go eat at fucking Applebee's. Thomas gave his life for that Dodge Charger at 20. Let's keep that shit real. That's why he gave his life. Run that shit on me, man. You sound like a preacher. The fourth arc. The question I want to pose is, do you really think humans would have survived up to this point being as superstitious as the modern religious fanatic is? That's a good question. Personally, if you want my honest opinion, I think in the end, when it comes to superstition is nothing but a desperate plea for survival. Honestly. If you push superstition, they'll talk themselves into believing whatever they have to. If you push people who are very superstitious, they'll push them. They'll create whatever mental gymnastic they have to do to push themselves into basic survival in the universe. And Thomas Girl gave up that peace sleeve. That's Coach Greg Adams. Give up that peace sleeve. Thomas was not a trust fund kid. Yeah. Do you think Mary lied about having a child from God to avoid it? Oh, yeah. You should do a video with an escort. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, most of them, the ones who I had contact with don't speak, but I guess I could do a voiceover. But yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. New hat. Yeah. Any tips on handling confrontation and male disrespect? Man, when it comes to male disrespect, just don't pay it, man. Like with most things, just don't pay it attention, man. You'll eventually win somewhere and gain traction. And when you do, that's when the respect will come. Men are respected by what they do, by wherever the success comes from in life. And then you'll start to get, people who will respect you. Man, when I was younger, man, I had no respect. None. I was just a short, bald kid with no history, nothing. I had no respect, man, not at all. Nothing. Men build respect over the years. You and Kevin Samuels. Hey, man, I gotta be real about, because Kevin Samuels, that motherfucker's much bigger than me, man. So that's definitely a compliment to me, man. Even the fact that the other big names come up in my chat anywhere is a fucking compliment to me. Unless we just, I mean, even if we disagree on something, because I accept disagreement, because that's humanity. That's what we do. I initially joined the military for the job. I rejoined after college for the adventure and the camaraderie. Oh yeah, man. Let me tell you something. The pimped out platypus, you will never find a camaraderie as close as that. You will never. I remember when I was getting kicked out for my health issues, and we were riding the bus back, and I remember we were on a Greyhound on the way back from and I remember I told everybody where to go to get what. And and in that moment, I remember thinking, this is the last time I'll ever feel this in my life ever again. And I'm not joking. I'm dead serious about that. I can't remember. I think we were in Tennessee, and we were all getting kicked out for I had medical reasons, but everybody got kicked out for other reasons. I remember I was with maybe 6 other people on a Greyhound, and I was like, you go here, you go here, you go here, and we'll go here. And in fact, and everybody was like, okay, and just went and did it. That camaraderie, not the fact that like, okay, I told you to do something, so you're my bitch now. Like, see, that's what the civilian world will see that as. But in the military world, it's just okay. Like, we just follow orders. We do it because we trust each other. We're here for each other. We're there for each other. You will never find that camaraderie ever again. You will only find that in the military, from my experience. Once you leave that shit, you're on your own. What's your thoughts on porn addiction? Oh, I fucking love porn addiction. I love porn. It's fucking great. My thoughts on porn addiction. I love porn. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love porn because you can just type in exactly what you want. And guys, as of course, most men are completely visual, at least at some point. But the thing is, man, what'll happen, just like with the brothels, is you can get addicted to how easy it is to go find it. You see what I'm saying? Like how easy that shit is to just go get it when you want it. And if you get addicted to it, like the brothels or porn, you lose the sense of reality of dealing with an actual woman in real life. And I think that's where a lot of guys kind of fuck up, honestly. But I definitely battle porn addiction for sure. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't want to say battle it. I won't even put it like that. Sounds like some fucking pop sugar website bullshit vocabulary. Like I live with fucking porn addiction because it's just easy to fucking do. You can just Google this shit. You know, go on X videos or Pornhub and look up, whatever the fuck you want to look up, or and that's it. And be done in an hour, and then go all 30 minutes, 20, 15 minutes to an hour, however long you into it, and then go off and do your own thing. It's much easier. It's you don't have to, use as much muscles to actually fuck a bitch. You just jack the fuck off and in front of a laptop. It's much easier. But the thing is, you kind of lose that. It's that ease. Okay, porn. Okay, let me put it like this. In my opinion, porn is the same thing as being super fucking rich in the world. It being able to just fuck whatever. Okay, or an example like a brothel. Porn is like a brothel, or in American standards, being super rich or being a super hot guy. It gets to the point where you can just pick and choose exactly what you want. So the longer you stay in that world, the more you lose track of actually dealing with a real woman. You see, and that's the part where at some point you're going to start wanting it. You're going to want to deal with. You're going to want your girl in the kitchen cooking dinner for you. You're going to want to smell food. You're going to want that shit at some point. What are your thoughts on? Okay. Chris the player, AD. How did you stop? I'm getting drunk. How did you stop being shy with bitches and start giving zero fucks? It was a long ride for me, man, because I have alopecia. So I lost. Well, don't get me wrong. I was always very embarrassed about being bald when I was younger, but it didn't, like, now being bald for me looks relatively normal. But when I was younger, it would be in spots. So I had to go to school like that. So for me, I had to go to school with spots in my fucking head. So all these little things like chip off at not giving a fuck. So like having spots. And then I was always more of an outgoing person anyway. So that played into it. Then when I went to the military, that played into it, because then you couldn't shave your head in boot camp. So it grew in fucking weird spots. So you got to, like, it was more of a learning myself on a deeper level that made me grow to not giving a fuck. So for example, for the people in here who are living in Prague, you've probably seen me dancing in stores or in the middle of the street with my girl. My girl will tell you, I will bust out and just start doing a robot in the middle of some expensive store just to prove a fucking point. I don't give a fuck about your expensive store. All right. And let's be real about it. I'm probably wearing a suit that costs more than everything in that person's wardrobe in a house. Or in that parent live in a house, because we live in Prague, or in a flat. My girl will tell you a couple days ago, I just did that shit. I was just start busting out, and she tried, because my girl, she's kind of shy, man. She don't do shit like I do, but she's on Apple Music, by the way. And I told her about it. Esmeralda, I call her Esmeralda. She's got the AirPods in. Moja draha. Ahoy. Ahoy. She's got the fucking. I got her some AirPods because she took care of me when I was sick. And she's got the AirPods in there. She can't hear me. That woman has taken care of me this time. Man, let me tell you something. That woman deserves it. She has taken care of me. She's in the bathroom. Because my kitchen's right there, but my kitchen's right there, but the bathroom's over there. Like it's a big, my place is a circle. So I just heard her turn on the lights and close the door. You guys probably hear it too. Oh, your thoughts. Okay, Mr. Shark Boy. Oh, actually, I forgot, man, because I got too drunk. Let me go through my Patreon. That was an advertisement. That was an advertisement. I can't even play that shit off like it wasn't. That was an advertisement for Patreon. Wait. Okay. So this says, AD, glad you're feeling better. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Only got Patreon, no other social media, so not sure how to ask this. Why is attention so important to, let's just say, women, bitches? Because YouTube is getting really weird. Why do they crave and need it so much from a biological evolutionary level? This is because they are always in competition of other women. So more attention equals they are beating the other women. That's why. From this, I can get why ignoring them and weaponizing my attention works. I understand the tool, but not the principle behind it. Again, glad you're feeling better. Was legit concerned you died. Hey, to be fair, I thought I was going to die. All right. I can't even lie. I thought I was going to die. But that's hypochondria. But yeah, okay, because women cannot. I was telling my girl about how makeup and weave started. Because weave started because when travelers would go to to different countries, but at this point it wasn't countries, it was different lands, and the guys would always gravitate towards certain women. The other women found out and figured, oh well, guys like women with long hair, and they would go out and tie hay into their hair. And that was the first wig. It was hay. And then of course makeup followed not long after, because in the eyebrows and like the women now, they're not doing anything new. They're doing the same shit that bitches was doing 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago. When they was fucking doing those Egyptian shits. They're doing the same shit. Let's see. Damn, I haven't replied to anybody. I'm so bad at this. Damn, California is charging $4,000. California is charging $4,000 for a CT scan. Damn, I paid $60 for a CT scan, an ultrasound, blood test, and piss work, and a basic consultation. I paid $60 for it here in Prague. That's crazy, man. I ain't know it was that crazy in the U, because I never went to the doctor in the US unless it was the military. They $4,000 for a CT, man, because all they do is rub gel on your stomach and rub the shit. That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane. That is complete insanity. I don't want to say anybody by name because I know how privacy works, man. So okay, let me go back to the comment section. What y'all got? Oh, my girl taking a shot. I got a piss too. Oh, well, no, I'm in Europe. They separate their bathroom. They separate their toilets from their showers, so I can go take a piss. I forgot. I'm back home. I'm ready to drink this through. I'm ready to drink through this whole bottle of whiskey tonight. This conversation is too big for YouTube. Is there a common religion or non-religiousness you see women holding to where you live? Christianity, Catholic? Well, where I am, man. See, here's the thing. In America, okay, I'll say from my experience of life. In the US, see, the US is only, I think, like 200 years old. We're not very old. See, but for you guys here in Europe, you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, in the States, you can say a man walked around 2,000 years ago and walked on water and all this shit, and Americans will believe it because America's not very old. So we have no sense of reference of where this is coming from. Whereas like you motherfuckers in Europe, if I were to tell you guys in Europe, yeah, this man walked around 2,000 years ago and was turning water into wine and was walking on water, you say, motherfucker, that statue was older than him, and wasn't nobody talking about that shit. So like you guys know it's full of shit, but like in America, we don't know that because our country's not that old. We're still rookie of the year. Let's keep it real. America is technically is chronologically rookie of the year. Let's not dodge that shit. That's the truth. They have trash cans older than our country here. Sculptures walking down the street in the center older than the US. That's just the reality of it. So they don't fall for it here. They don't like their view, like from my experiences, talking to my girl and talking to people here, Europeans' views on death and life are so much better grounded than ours in the US. Like we have to believe there's something after it. We have to believe that we go somewhere. Something happens. Do I go to the shipping department? I don't know. What? Well, I had a good credit score, but I didn't have it. I died with no debt. Maybe that puts me in a different department. Like, no. The motherfuckers, if we go somewhere else, the motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you owing that St. Christ Hospital $40,000. They don't give a fuck. You think the motherfuckers? No. They don't care about that. Now, I'm not saying go out there and getting all the debt you can. I'm not trying to say that at all. But I mean, what I'm trying to say is think on, all this shit is shit that we made in the life that we were given as humans. And we just kind of carry this shit on. And then along the way, we've grown to worship it. But man, this shit, man, it ain't worth nothing. None of this. It's all everything you see around everything. My Nintendo Switches and all this, my Nintendo and my Wii U, all that shit's going in the ground, man. All this shit, all this you see. These are my girl books. They all in check. I could read it. But I don't know. I just don't want to put her business on the street. But I know what that shit says. That says love your life. Well, that's actually in English. Well, I can't even read that. I don't know what that says. But she keeps books over there. But all this shit's going in the dirt, man. Look, that Grim Reaper is coming for me, just like he's coming for everybody in this chat room at some point. All right. I love the Wii U, David. I love the Wii, and I'm mad because my dad, he didn't know to grab the Wii U because I had the Wind Waker on Wii U and I was loving that shit, man. But I didn't tell my dad to grab it, so I can't be mad at him for not grabbing it because I didn't tell him to grab it because he would have if I had told him. My dad is fucking amazing. My dad is fucking amazing, man. He would do anything I ask him to. Actually, I'll put it in the cabinet. He sent me some illegal drugs to Prague. Dramamine. I don't know if you guys know this, but Dramamine is actually illegal in Europe. They don't sell it. You have to get a prescription for it. So I had my dad send it from the U.S. You can buy it on the shelves in the U.S. It's for dizziness because I had real bad dizziness when I first got back. I'm not joking, man. When I first came back, my girl legit had man. I bought my girl AirPods, an iPad. That woman rolled up the tram line. She stayed, man. That woman took care of me for at least a month because I just couldn't. I was so dizzy. When I tell you guys I was sick and that anxiety took over, I couldn't move. I couldn't. I was scared. It got to the point where I was scared to wake up. I was scared to get out the bed. I was scared to eat. That anxiety and once that anxiety takes over, like it fucks up your whole body, man. Like it fucks up everything. So I bought her. So I went. So for those of you in Czech Republic, I bought her the AirPods from iWant, which I hate those motherfuckers. iWant and iStyle. I hate both of them motherfuckers because they don't have Apple stores here in Czech Republic. They have them in Germany, but they don't have them here. But they're authorized resellers because I had to talk to Apple Care, and Apple Care knew exactly what iStyle and iWant was. Anyway, Dramamine, yeah, it's for let me go grab it from the kitchen. I'll be right back. So I had my dad send this. It says it's for for dizziness, and because I was getting so dizzy, like my girl had cooked some food, and my girl cooked some food one night, and she, when you tell these symptoms to people, they're just like, oh, whatever, I'm not trying to say she didn't care, but she really did care. But it's still that thing of like, oh, you're fine. And I remember I stood up and like I legit stood up and almost fell type shit. I was so dizzy, man. Like I just couldn't do anything for weeks. I couldn't do anything. I could do nothing. It like taking a shower, like literally taking a shower was kicking my ass. I just be in tears, just fucked up. Like that, and when that anxiety takes over, you done. Hey, do you think the club is the hardest place to pick up? Yes, because of loud music. Check your emails. I haven't checked my emails this time. I check them. I'm on 2 hours. I gotta get off here. I just gotta eat. It's 9:30. Hey man, you said that it's better for women to initially hate you or love you than to be indifferent to you. Can you give me some advice on how to go about that? Well, you got to hold firm in one direction or the other. Now, I would advise against holding firm and like just trying to fuck them, because once they know you want to fuck them, like they've conquered you at that point. I would hold firm and maybe like whatever your swagger is or game is to get the fuck them. But once like if you make it clear you want to fuck them, you're really in that zone of everything or nothing. And if you give a woman the option on average of everything or nothing, she's going to pick nothing. All right. Because on average, women do not like to make the decisions that guarantee an action. They hate that shit. They hate it. They hate it. Don't listen to feminism. Don't listen to fucking Hillary Clinton or whoever the fuck is the face of feminism at this point. They hate that shit. They want the man to be in charge. They want the man to be in charge, but also steer them to it, you know, in the beginning, steer them to it without them really knowing they're being steered towards it, if that makes sense. But I'm getting drunk, man. I'm at 2 hours now. I only meant to stay on for an hour. So I'm getting drunk. I got to hold the laptop closer so I can see it. Upload TV reality on Patreon. I'm gonna start making some Patreon uploads soon, man, because I feel bad about this shit. How about leaving? How about leaving? I used to like entrepreneurs in cars. I don't know. I haven't watched anybody in a long time. But I used to really like entrepreneurs in cars. But he's Canadian, so that's a different culture too, man. Canadian, like, don't get me wrong, like I love Canada. The people I met from Canada, I've loved every one of them, man, because they're just naturally more nicer than us. Like they're nicer. But it's a different culture, and I don't know I just don't know that culture. I just don't know it personally. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here, man, because I gotta go eat. It's 9:35. I'm gonna go eat. Oh, and for those of you, if anybody's watching who's in Prague right now, definitely email me, man. Like we'll definitely hook up for a beer or something. Or you guys come over. I got a MacBook Air. I got the M1 Air. How would you change your perspective? If I age like a Saiyan, oh man, I still love that Tournament of Power. I still watch that shit every day. If I age like a Saiyan, that'd be hard, man. That'd be hard. Okay, I'll go into that real quick. I'm gonna get off here because I'm sure the food's done because it's not as strong of a smell. I'm gonna go in on that. If I age like a Saiyan and you had to watch people get old in front of you and die, like loved ones and shit like that, like not loved ones, but lovers, like because they age, you know, very slowly. That's rough. And that's one of my personal things that I hold against either God or gods, right, is the fact that I can die and they can't, or they can, or it just take a really long time for them to die. The fact that I can do anything I want, and then when it's my time to go, they have to do something with me. Like, I love holding that shit to those motherfuckers. Like, yeah. Like, who's in charge for real? Like, motherfucker. Because I mean, think about that shit. Like, to the gods, like the gods, man. Oh wait, hang on. I see repeat. To the gods, like they're really enslaved for real. When you not drop your next vid, I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a video soon. But I'm gonna get off here in a minute, man. But to the gods, man, like if you really think about it, the gods are really enslaved to a point, because like they have to kill you. You see what I'm saying? Like that's where I come. That's how I see it. Like the gods, so who's more pathetic in the end? If you really think about it, like they have to kill you. So they're the ones who are really, more pathetic or tied down to their job than us. We're the ones living in more freedom in reality, because they have to come for us. Like, motherfucker, like whoever death, you have to come for me. Wherever death is on this fucking in this room, like, motherfucker, you have to come for me because you are a bitch. You have to do it. And there's nothing you could do to not have to come and do it. They have to come. But anyway, I'm out. So yeah, you guys have a good night, man. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it, because I didn't leave a warning I was even going to do this live stream. So you guys have a good night, man. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm out.